everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. It's Thursday, March 20th. We're beginning today at 10:30, half hour later than our normal time, and we'll open with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we come here today, ask you for guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaning-filled discussions. Amen.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here?
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Here.
Okay, at this time, we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recordings of our previous board session on Thursday, March 13th.
So move.
Second?
Okay?
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, minutes approved. Thank you. We have a real short agenda today. We'll have John Spar, Seneca County EMS, give us an update on Attica. EMA. Give us I'm looking at my EMS.
I did that the other day.
I did that. Right now, you want to know what's going to happen, so. Yeah, so thanks, John.
Yep, thanks for having me. Real quick, short, not much has changed since last week, except for the fact that they are remediating that area. They have, I think it's 177 cubic feet of earth that they expected to move. So yesterday, they dug that out, moved it onto some visqueen, and then covered it with a tarp. They don't want to start transporting it until they have a second round of testing. And that's going to include testing the edges of the area that they've dug out to make sure they got everything, and the clay below, and get that tested, and then they're running another test on the soil to make sure that they're not missing anything in the soil. Last night we got the results back from the soil tests from last week, and there was, everything they tested for was non-detectable. So it falls underneath the, at this point, that first round of tests falls underneath the permits, meets the permit requirements of wind waste. So they want to do another round of tests, make sure they're testing for heavy metals and anything related to the ethanol, et cetera. Make sure that we're not sending anything to any place that's A, dangerous, or B, doesn't belong there by permit. So that pile is sitting there waiting to be tested. Results come back, they'll load it into trucks and drive 224 all the way over, if that's where it ends up going. Then they're going to bring in fill, and they're going to fill that back in. Then they're going to fix the entire area. We've worked on and discovered where that clay tile, which is a 36-inch clay tile, by the way, which was well outside of the contamination area. They're not even digging around that tile. That's all up closer to the track. So this broken tile will need to be replaced. We worked with Soil and Water Conservation District, ODOT, and then the village went out and did some testing on their own with dye to figure out where that water might be coming from. We found out that there's at least 3 catch basins elsewhere in the area that are providing water through that tile. At the end of the day, it's going to come back to the property owner. We'll replace that tile. They're responsible for replacing that tile. However, this is the benefit of what's going on right now, is that he never has to write a check. He can turn that invoice right over to Norfolk Southern, and they'll take care of paying the bill. So he can pick a contractor. He can do it himself. He can and go, here's what it costs, and they're going to take care of it. So he doesn't even have to write the original check. It's the best case scenario if you're going to walk in and say, hey, listen, you got to fix this, but you don't have to pay for it. You know, pick your contractor, and somebody else will pick up the bill. So that's what's next in that area before they fix everything. You know, put the fill dirt in, and then smooth it out and return it to however the property owner wants it returned.
How long a time frame do they have to get bills submitted? Because I imagine at some point they're gonna sign off on to say you've got a year to get everything completed. So.
And they haven't given us a date on that. That question came up as well from the village, because you know, we're not making asphalt around here, but they've got village roads and township roads that need to be fixed at the cost, you know, to Norfolk Southern's gonna have to pay for that. But it might be a month before they can start planning that. And I said, you know, they're still paying bills from East Palestine. I don't, and when I asked the claims person, he didn't give me, he said, when I asked him what the process was, is there a form we need to fill out? Is there, what do you need? The answer came back, he said, you send the claims to me, just make sure they're substantiated. That's it. So I don't even know if that requires a receipt, but he'll get receipts from us, but I think it's just write it down. So the village is starting to compile their things, and they know that this is gonna go on for a while.
I think
So-
we're doing that as well for our EMS.
Correct.
Labor.
Right.
Yep, EMS.
Pay overtime,
Yep.
we were there, and it was great we were there, but we gotta get reimbursed.
Village, the sheriff, my office, health department has some time in there, and then, you know, the township as well, so.
Any
So-
questions from you?
No.
Good.
No, I actually was with him last night, and he already went through it there.
Yeah, we hit
For
the
the
high
most part.
points, yeah.
Did he miss
Yeah.
anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
so.
not a great lister. I forget some of the stuff.
Well, that's why we
You refreshed my
repeated
mind.
today, yeah. You good?
Yep, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anything else, Barb, for appointments?
No.
We're good. Commissioner reports?
I can
Go ahead,
start.
Brent.
After last meeting last week, I went out to Republic. We had a meeting, myself, Bill was to go, he ended up having to go to another meeting with the people of the village. House Bill 331 that goes into law in April 9th. Just trying to get some clarification on the different parts to that. Both the people from the village, Julie, Paul, myself, the mayor of Bloomville, got together and kind of talked about it because there's some questions on some things that they want some clarifications on, and it really directly affects them, so they need to be the spearhead to contact the people above. And then I got a chance to go out with Crystal and Mike out there and tour around a bunch of their facilities
The
and stuff.
fiscal officer, Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she took me around, got to see they're putting up a new water tower, gonna take the existing one down, and they're doing a lot of nice stuff out in the village there. Then went to the Township Association meeting that night, as well as you guys did as well. It was a nice event. Let's see, had a Safe Built meeting on Monday, we kind of talked about some
I
things
thought
there.
that was good. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Safe Built?
Yeah,
I thought it
definitely.
was very positive.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Safe Build is our building and
Commercial
Inspect-
building.
Commercial building
building.
inspectors.
yeah, the inspectors,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
company.
They're, yeah.
Yeah,
The company that the county is contracted with. So anybody in Seneca County, including Fostoria and Tiffin, that has a commercial project, needs a permit, they go through Safe Build. They were in, great meeting, I thought.
Yeah, I like what you had to say.
I thought
It's
with
good.
just the working together, TSEP was here, it was good.
and just, yeah,
So-
because they have a new contact person now too, kind of.
Was
main-
what
yeah,
triggered it.
What triggered it, yeah. Bob Kurtz moved on to different.
I think it's
spots.
that, plus it's the fact that we're kind of a year and a half into this.
Well, and I
thing
think
of-
too,
But-
it kind of helps out TSEP, because they deal a lot with them
Yeah.
or have questions and want to make sure they can have all of the information they need
Yeah.
to provide to anybody that wants to come in
Yeah,
commercially.
glad you brought that up. So the whole point, what we're trying to do as commissioners, we want to make our county as friendly to do business, one of the friendliest counties there is to do business in. So if you come, you're a contractor from out of county, and you need a permit, or you need to talk to somebody, we want to make that seamless. And so TSEP, which is our economic development arm, which we're funding, they've stepped up, they were at the meeting, and they'll be, they're gonna have a one-page sheet that says this is what you need to do if you need a permit, this is how it works. So we're really kind of just connecting dots and reassessing all that. You wanna add anything? 'Cause
No,
I think
summarized
that's,
pretty good, yeah.
that's kind of where we're at with it. It's all positive, but I'm glad you brought that up, because I wouldn't have said anything on that.
A couple of things left. Went to the district advisory council meeting. I don't want to steal your thunder, but you guys appointed Dr. Gase. That was nice. He was my doctor for years, so it's nice to see him still being involved in the things as he's retired from one role to do something else. Investment committee, and I went to the mental health and recovery board combined meeting. And went to chamber lunch. That was nice. Marissa and the rest of the crew
Nailed
there.
it.
You know, even though she was on crutches, she was still able to get up there and speak. And then went out to the Seneca County firefighters meeting last night with John, and ran a little late. They had to run out on a call before we ever got started, so we're about a half hour behind getting started. But it was nice because I haven't met a lot of those guys and got a chance to hang out with them. So
It's an adventure to go to any first responder meeting, because everything's beeping and
Oh, yeah.
the radios are going off, and
You never know who's gonna get up and leave.
people get up and leave.
Yeah, it was just,
It's
he
like-
was getting them too. It was.
So that, I can't imagine all the fire chiefs said there, you know, everything's going on.
And then this morning went to the FEDC meeting this morning, which is very nice. I don't want to steal anybody, so I know somebody wants to speak about it, so that's about it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Good, thanks, good report.
We're on Lou Thursday. Last Thursday was a Township Association meeting. Went out there, I just talked a little bit to them about the Palmer Energy for the townships that have not, signed up for that opportunity, that I think there will be circle around to the township meetings and give them the same opportunity like Adams and Pleasant and Clinton's already signed up for, to help with aggregation and try to save potential for residents to sign on with them. Friday was actually, we did Ag in the Classroom at Green Street School. Our young farmers group and stuff went out and took farm equipment and talked to the third graders about farming, and had a really nice day with that. So it's,
You did that last year, didn't you?
oh, I've been doing it for 20 years. Yeah,
20
20,
years.
30 years,
That's
right.
good. I wanna
So,
go
yeah,
next
right.
year.
Very good, yeah. we'll get you there. So, yeah, that was a great day to see the kids. They really like seeing the tractors. We also stepped up a little bit. We're fortunate enough to have Barrett Zimmerman. He's a great boy teacher. The FFA kids go in and talk to the kids, get them kind of ramped up. They come outside equipment, but he actually added some stuff, had a corn sheller there, kind of went through the stages of how it started with a corn picker, combine, and all that stuff with it. So actually, then he had a pull-type plow, one bottom, so strapped the kids up and had them make a little furrow there in the field right behind the school. So it was, a good day and stuff. We had a lot of fun with that. It was a wonderful day to be outside.
That's
So,
good, yeah, really good.
Saturday, Representative Click, along with Representative Thomas, they had a multi-county, Sandusky and Seneca County, talking about the tax evaluations and working on some legislation, maybe to try to help work through that, so that way it's not such a big sting at one time when everybody gets their property taxes and stuff on that. So they have some different options they're looking at that. Representative Dave Thomas, he's actually new. He was an auditor in Ashtabula County, so he's really versed on how all the taxation stuff works. So
It
he's
was a little bit of a drive for him.
yeah, it was,
He's
yeah,
an
yeah.
Ashtabula.
They were actually
Wow.
at Sandusky County, started at 10 in the morning, and they, like 1:30, they got done over there. They had over 100 people there, and they came here like 1:45 and got over about 4 o'clock in and stuff on it. So, yeah, there's probably, some of those folks come over, so we had probably, as far as county and stuff on it, Julie Atkins was there, and the residents, we had probably 20 people there and stuff with it. So it was, yeah, nice roundtable discussion on that done. And as Brown alluded to, Monday Safe Build meeting, I'll let Tony talk about the EAC, investment committee. Tuesday, went over the health department. They're working on the CHIP grant, the Community Health Improvement grant, and basically they're forming like a food policy committee. So they invited a commissioner and Mayor Manel, Mayor Wilkerson, and some other folks were there and stuff, just kind of laying out some potential where, food banks, where, different things could be at, to talk about the community kitchen and stuff. They were there, so a lot of different opportunities, just so we're trying to maybe consolidate so people can kind of see where all the different opportunities are if they need, help getting food, and not only getting it, but help prepare so they can, teaching stuff down the road, and that maybe includes more kids in schools, and actually Heidelberg, Parkhurst was there, Heidelberg, and they're open to having help with some education, because, with
Awesome.
home ec leaving schools
Yeah.
and stuff, years ago, it kind of helped teach the kids. I mean, that,
Is there a
So-
date that the kitchen's gonna open? I saw it, it might be on my calendar. There's a ribbon cutting, I think, at tentative.
I don't know that
Save
I've
the
gotten
date.
anything for that.
Okay,
So, yeah.
it'll come. Keep an eye on that, because I saw it somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
And then that afternoon, 4 o'clock, went out to, met with the master gardeners, because they're gonna do our landscape around the building here, so they just want some ideas and stuff, what to do with that and plan, so I worked with them on that. And so they're gonna move forward, probably about mid-May or so, do a, get all-
Exciting.
everything in, and they just kinda wanna get all the plants and everything lined up with that. And go from there. I was at the chamber luncheon with Brent yesterday, and then we was at FEDC this morning, so pretty up to date.
It is, so the reason we're having our meeting at 10:30 is the four of us were in Fostoria this morning to support their annual economic development meeting, the chamber meeting, and it was held at the high school, and I'm really glad we went. A lot of positive things, and they recognized us for working together with them and supporting them, and I noticed they recognized the Visitors Bureau. They just do a great job, and from Seneca Caverns to Fostoria now is being promoted, and it's a lift for the whole county, and so I'm really glad we went and supported them. Just a couple quick things. So the DAC is the District Advisory Council, meets once a year, and it's really, it has two purposes. One, to vote and fill any vacant Board of Health board seats that they're responsible for. There are 9 board seats for the Board of Health. 2 come from Fostoria, 2 come from Tiffin, and then the other 5 are chosen throughout the county. And so that's who makes up that meeting. There's actually, I think, 23, what do we need, 13 for a quorum. So there's 15 villages, there's 6 villages, 15 townships, 2 cities. That gets us to 23, and then a commissioner, 24. 12, yeah, we needed 13, so it's a good group. There was an opening, Commissioner Bustecker alluded to it. Dr. Zach West resigned or his term was up, actually, the new county coroner, and then Dr. Gase was appointed to fill that seat that night. So Dr. Gase begins a 5-year term this month. So that was great. Part 2 of the DAC meeting is the Board of Health gives their annual report to all the members throughout the county. And so they did a great job. They had an annual report prepared. All the staff was there. Each of the staff gave their reports. Julie did a nice job, so good meeting. Next year's the meeting's March 13th, or 16th, March 16th. That's all, they set the next year's meeting that night. So that was good. I just want to bring up EMS. I passed a few cards out. So we've been working, this is year 3 for functionality and operations with the joint EMS district. We put up buildings, we hire people, we buy equipment, we have training, and we're really focused a lot on procedures and efficiencies and how we can just get better. One of the initiatives that we've now pulled the trigger on is, we prepared this card, is to look for and offer to EMTs, advanced EMTs, paramedics, an opportunity to be an intermittent employee, pick up a couple shifts, paid shifts working for us. Currently, we have all full-time people, and we have vacations, we have people that take personal leave, holidays, and so this could be great. So Commissioner Frankert's farm, Saturday morning is, go ahead, that's the grain.
Grain bin safety training that we're gonna have for the county fire departments on, and even some, a few from the surrounding counties coming in.
And over 100 people have signed up for that.
So, yeah.
So EMS will be out there, Lynn will be out there with her table. We have an EMS table covering with some cars. She's in charge of all our scheduling. And we're going to try to get the word out that, and there are a lot of firefighters that carry EMT cards. And there's just other people that have EMT cards, that if you come to work for Seneca County, we'll pay for all the continuing ed. We'll get you up to the standards you need to be to work with us, and then you can pick up a 12-hour shift. You know, we work 8 in the morning to 8 at night, or you come in 8 at night to 8 in the morning. And we develop a list of, 15, 20, 10, 20 people. The beauty is, so if I'm full-time and I want to go on vacation in June, and my vacation's approved, that week sits there, and then these kind of, you can just get on, log on, take a shift. And so it really will help us with labor, payroll, get more people involved. And some of these people could eventually possibly be full-time people. So we're excited. So this is the beginning of that. I talked to Greg Enninger today at Sentinel. They're going to have a ribbon cutting coming up for their new facility. Their class is full for next year. They have 12 EMS, 12 firefighters in Fremont, and 12 and 12 in Tiffin. That's going to be their inaugural class, and then he plans that they're going to expand that. So we're excited there, and there's about 8 in the program now that go to Fremont but live here, and he's going to set that up so we can meet them. So we're just trying to get some more exposure out there to help us create a labor force for EMS in Seneca County. So I'm excited about it. Just want everybody to know we're not sitting still, right, Barb? You know that.
No.
And we have our meeting tonight. The joint meeting is third Thursday of the month. And so that's concludes my report. Anything else? You guys think anything?
The only other thing
Yep.
I did was, I went out to the Head Start facility that's in Fall Story earlier in the week, and I sat through, it would be their lunch for some 3 to 5-year-olds. They're eating, that was hard, that was a lot of fun.
It's always fun to
I
be
came
around
back
little
and I
kids
had to
like
tell
that.
Barb about it, like, you know, the conversation, when first I'm sitting in the back of the room, I'm like, can I sit with these guys? And they're so silly. Do you know my brother Blake? It was fun. It was all because of GLCAP and what they have to do on their assessment. So I got to sit in on that. That was a lot of fun.
That's
So
cool.
there's things I get to do that I
Yeah.
never would have gotten to do without doing this. That was a lot of fun. That's it.
That is cute. Barb?
I just have a couple of things. First of all, I would just want to let you know that we had a pre-bid meeting for our MSP for RT between us and the cities of Tiffin and Fostoria. That occurred on Tuesday. There were probably 6 people here. I think they were all maybe doubled up from a couple of companies.
There's a sign-in.
But there was a sign-in sheet, and so we, had questions, and, they had questions, and we got some answers for them on that, and just that those proposals are due by 10 a.m. next Thursday. There will be the opening here at the Commissioner's office next Thursday at 10 a.m. So we'll work through that, and then on Wednesday, we all had the entrance audit conference with the auditor and the state auditor's office. Just kind of go through, basically, they say, we're starting this, and it'll be done by the end, it has to be done by the end of September. So just be on the lookout for, emails from the state auditor's office. So that was, that was kind of, I was out last week, and I want to thank Cheyenne for sitting in this seat last week. I appreciate that. She did a wonderful job. I went back and reviewed the video, and wonderful job. So
She did, actually, so.
she did a really good
Does that
job.
mean you're gonna take more time off?
I don't know, it could be. I don't know how it stresses her out, but.
No, it's good.
And then I did get sales tax for, that we collected in March. This would be for, January sales. It is actually up quite a bit. It was over $1.2 million. So,
Bye, Bill.
Yeah.
so for the, so for the quarter, we are actually above 25% target.
Yeah, the last two.
The last two have been down. From the previous month, that is a 31% increase from the previous month collection.
We'll just
Take
see
it.
Yeah.
see if that was an
So,
anomaly or a
it was,
trend.
yeah, when I opened it, I was like, is this right? I almost called the auditor, you know, I called
Yeah.
Julie over and said, did you get the same information? Because it just seemed, very high, but we'll take it, and, you know, we'll see how it plays out for the rest of the year.
I just want to add one, so we are switching IT companies. This is for the public. I guess it's kind of for little comforting, I don't know the right word to say, but our current vendor, Buckeye IT Jake, has been super, super helpful. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
And so he was here, and we submitted the RFQ, and so you're gonna bid on it, and Jake answers every question, sends emails out to everybody, you know, how many email users do you have in Fostoria, and how many do you have in Tiffin? How many of this, where are these points, what do you have here? And he's providing everything. So that I mean, it's still a little, you're still a little nervous switching IT, but we feel pretty good about the process, right?
Yeah, Jake's been very helpful.
He's
and-
helpful, and then you have the city of Tiffin and Fostoria sitting there with us, so we have we have some more eyes on the, and ears on the process, which we're all talking together because we're bidding this together, so that helps.
Correct.
So we all know that that's the process.
Yep.
Yeah, and I thought he was invaluable in the meeting. I guess I
Absolutely.
didn't realize his contribution to the transition.
Oh, and-
Until I
and-
walked in and saw you guys talking.
He even alluded to that when
You know.
he notified us, you know, he would help us through this process, and he said, I will sit through interviews when we get to that point of, you
If we
know,
want- he'll do
if we need
anything.
to,
Yeah.
you know, he'll sit through those
So I want
with us
these
as
guys to
well.
know that too, because it's, you know, it's in process.
Mm-hmm.
Any old business? Good? Jump into new business?
Just a couple supplemental appropriations. These are all out of general fund. Contract services in the amount of $1,500. This is for probate court for some transcripts. I believe these transcripts are a part of indigent counsel, so we may see a reimbursement for some of these charges. And then the examinations, county offices of $1,598. This is additional for our annual audit. Then there's reclaim estates and warrants of $2,500. This was a reclaimed estate of Dorothy Jones. That money comes to the county. We hold on to it till they find an heir to reclaim that estate money. And then travel and expenses of $1,500. This is for Common Pleas 2, for them to attend some conferences.
So move to accept the supplemental appropriations.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
On to resolutions. Authorizing the 4D service contract between the Seneca County Common Pleas Court 1, Common Pleas Court 2, Juvenile Clerk, Juvenile Magistrate, Clerk of Courts, and the Sheriff's Office on behalf of the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services, effective January 1 of '25 through December 31st of '25.
Make a motion to approve.
Now second?
Any discussion? Good. Roll call?
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the regulatory compliance amendment to the master services agreement with Paytel Communications on behalf of the Seneca County Sheriff's Office.
So move?
Second.
Okay, a little discussion. This is the phone.
The phone system
pin
for the
phones that inmates can use
inmates.
to call out.
Just a little bit of information, they have changed the per minute rate, that's the reason for this amendment. It's gotten lower, because they are not allowing the sheriff's office to,
Club fee or stuff.
we used to charge, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, I should have written it down, but, we used to charge like maybe 25 cents a minute. So the sheriff's office was making a little bit of money on some of these phone
To
calls,
cover
and
this
now
time
they're
and
saying we
labor.
can't do that.
Right.
So, that's the reason for the amendment.
Okay, so roll call?
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution entering into contract with Attica Lumber on behalf of Leadership Seneca County. This is for the new shed that will be located at the Job and Family Services.
So move?
A second.
Okay, discussion? You have a thought?
They're paying for that though, the group's paying for it though.
Yes,
The
Leadership Seneca County
Yeah.
is paying for it, but we have to enter into the
Yeah, I
contract.
understand. I
because
just
it's our
wanna make sure
building,
everybody
we
understood.
insure.
Because once it's
Yeah.
on our, it's
Yeah.
our building.
It's our building, so we have to enter into the
So-
contract.
Insurance and
He,
everything.
he, he makes a good point, so go ahead and explain that. So everybody understands what we just happened.
Or maybe.
So Leadership Seneca County,
It's a good question.
Chuck was here last week to explain, and ask for permission to put it on our property. They are fundraising to be able to put that building out to JFS for their use for child services, correct? And then, once it's on our property, it becomes insurable by the county. So we have to enter into the contract, even though Leadership Seneca County is paying the bill, because it will become our building.
Yeah, I just want to add one more sentence. So Attica Lumber's building it.
Correct.
Yes.
The commissioners are signing the contract to build it, which, in your,
That
that's
was,
your
I
question.
just want to make
doesn't
sure it's
make
clarified.
sense. But they're paying for it.
Correct.
And then they're gonna put it on our property, but we still have to sign this contract. So that's what this says.
Yep.
And you're right, so welcome to government. Sometimes some of these things don't make any
Yeah.
sense, but, Commissioner Franker, good job on that. There was some, there were a lot of loose ends in this whole process, and you did a good job of talking to all the right people and making it real smooth at the end, so that was good, so appreciate that. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution waiving 2025 quarters 1 and 2 sewer fees for Sarah Sugar.
So move?
Second.
Second. You good? Mark Zimmerman.
Mark Zimmerman, yeah, he approached me because there had been some issues and
He's
just
got
wants
it
to waive
figured
some
out.
fees for her.
Okay. Roll call?
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing an amendment to the agreement between the City of Tiffin and the Seneca County Prosecutor's Office.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
This just extends the contract from to December 31st of this year with an additional sum. The city must need a little bit more help with their prosecutions, so.
All right. Did we, are they going on their own with this eventually?
I'm not
So,
sure.
I don't think so. We must not be yet. I think there was a
I'm not sure
discussion about
I'm not
that.
sure they're ready to go on
Yeah,
their
yeah.
own quite yet,
Right,
so I
they
think that's
work
why
with
there's an
us.
extension
At some
to
point, the
this.
city could hire their own prosecutor, but they use the county and then pay us. I got it. Do we have a motion? Yes,
Yeah.
we're ready to vote. That was discussion, sorry. Thank you.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
A resolution setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for Township Road 58 2.98 bridge replacement.
So moved.
Second.
Just so you know, the bid opening will be April 17th at 10 a.m. here at the Commissioner's office.
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for the Seneca County countywide Township Road repaving project.
Make the motion.
Now, second?
Want to explain that real quick, Bill?
Yeah, so,
It's kind of a good thing.
good, yeah, so
Yeah.
what's happened is that, the townships, I think there's 13 out of the 15 went together, to help put their paving projects together to help save, money and bid it all at the same time, so that way you get more, 13 miles compared to each of them doing it individually and stuff on it and try to culminate that together, so, that's what we're working with. Actually, Michelle with FEDC kind of helped, spearhead this and get everything sent in there and stuff, so, good thing.
Yeah, good job.
This bid opening will be April 10th at 10 a.m.
So we'll
here
open
at
the
the
bid,
Commissioner's
they'll have a
office.
rate, and each township will pay for their own. But
Correct.
It'll be one
Correct.
price for
It'll
everybody.
it'll
Yeah,
funnel
that's
through the
great.
county because the county has to do all of that, so.
Good job.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Okay.
I got a few more
You
here.
gotta turn the page.
Yeah,
Turn the page.
turn the page. Got a
I knew we
few-
weren't-
I got a few more.
I knew we weren't done, yeah.
Amended resolution for the appointment of special counsel for the Seneca County General Health District retroactive to January 1 of '25.
So move.
Second.
Just a little bit of information. I believe, this is just, to increase the total amount, for, Jack Van Clay.
We've discussed this a million times, so. Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Last resolution I have is authorizing an amendment to the lease agreement between the Seneca County Board of Commissioners and the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services. This just extends the lease period to the end of the year.
Make the motion.
Second?
So we were gonna, the summer, it came up in summer, now it's gonna be.
Correct.
the year.
Yeah, it was due to expire at the end of June. They have asked even to go to a calendar year rather than
Yeah,
a
that's right,
state,
'cause it's state.
a state fiscal year. So the dollar amount will remain the same, it's just being extended 6 months, and then we'll talk about it in the fall, about a new lease.
Okay. Yep.
Okay,
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
yes,
That's all I have.
so I can turn the page over.
You can turn it back
Right,
to
turn it back.
any notes that you have on the front.
We got it covered, so. Okay, any public comment? Anybody? So, thanks for putting up with us at 10:30. Next meeting.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Here. Meeting adjourned. Good.